Hello, welcome to September 28th, 2024. My name is Kurt, and this is my daily good life meditation. This is an exercise that I do every morning, a little bit after waking up, to remember my life objectives and principles, those which are outlined in my book, Going Alone, which you can get a copy of from the link down below if you're watching this on YouTube. It's also on X, too. I also use this time to think about the last 24 hours and how I did with the challenges and the opportunities that I met. I prepare for the coming day and I ready myself to die. So let's get started. Can you tell there's like an energy that has risen in me today? Um, Not of its own. This is a definite consequence of deliberations that I've been having with myself and others about the future. Including ChatGPT, the new advanced voice mode. I was talking to it yesterday about this very challenge, about the anxiety that I have about leaving America, leaving my job, leaving this place that feels safe. Not this tiny house, although this tiny house feels great. Um, America, as hard as America is, it's the it's the place that I feel at home. I feel like I could take on anything here, even at 60, although less so. But I mean, if 50 would be the sweet spot here. Here about 50, age 50, I feel like I could take on anything here. I could support myself and my family, and I could find a way. I never feel that way in Japan. In Japan, I always felt like I was just basically barely getting by, barely sustaining myself, hardly worthy. I felt a strong sense of insufficiency in Japan because of my inability, right? I mean, I don't speak the language. I don't have the skill set. I don't understand the culture. I can't embrace the opportunities. I'm largely excluded from all of that, all by my own fault, right? All the fact of my own shortcomings. So why would I, now it makes a lot of sense. Why would I feel comfortable about leaving my environment here, my culture, my language, my circumstance where I can have a career and I can be gainfully employed, to go to a place where none of that is true. But I think I've managed to cross over. I pushed past somehow um, to the other side. And nothing's changed but my frame of mind. So I think that might be coming across in my general attitude as well. I feel, as I have been increasingly feeling in weeks past, um, younger and more vibrant bodily, for sure. But now my mind seems to be switching that way as well. It's a good feeling to kind of get past the anxiety of life change, even before life change happens. So with that, yesterday was a good and interesting day. Oh, I had a couple of things. One thing that was a big thing that was a challenge. Wow. Do I even talk about it though? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I will go ahead and do that. So, um, my job has been a hard job in the last 10 years, being first an IT business systems analyst, and then from there becoming a project manager. Um, Saddled myself more and more with responsibility and all the attendant challenges that come along with that, including the human challenge of being given responsibility and to be held accountable for deliverables and ends. And I think that I've reached the point in my career that I can competently do that on my own. My sponsors, my project sponsors, including my boss and I um, have a good relationship in this capacity. I'm trusted to simply do what I do. And I think the reason I've gained that trust is that I pretty much always deliver. I succeed at my projects. There's speed bumps along the way, but I know how to handle them, and I know how to keep things going. I think I've gained a reputation as the person that projects, even big and complicated projects, I'm a person that those things can be given to, and then the management doesn't have to worry about minding it very much. I'll take it to the end. I'm proud of that fact. I've worked hard to get there. That's another reason why it's hard to leave. I feel like I'm at the top of my game right now, and I could just squeeze this out for another 5 years, and that would be so beneficial to us in the long run to do that. But do I want to spend those 5 years from 60 to 65 working for the man? Wouldn't I rather take this newfound physical vitality, this mental vitality that's suddenly come upon me, or at least it's finally kind of reached a crescendo, but hopefully it won't crash like a wave. Wouldn't I rather apply it to my own ends? Yeah, I would. So I'm going to go carry forward on this retirement. That's part of the reason I feel better. I've gotten past that. Anyway, enough said. The challenge yesterday was that there's this one, and I won't say anything about anyone, any names, and I won't say genders or anything. There's this person, let's call them they, them, who is in leadership that I have a difficult time with. I'm not alone. Others do as well. And the same challenge. It's the only person that's driven me to the point of panic attacks on the job. In fact, that person is the reason why I initially decided to retire at age 60. I was considering it, and then it was that person's interactions with this person about a year and a half ago that made me say, "That's it. I'm done. I'm out of here." Anyway, yesterday I had a pretty clear and free day. I didn't have meetings on the calendar, which meant that I can take care of various paperwork throughout the day moving forward. Frankly, I'm not that busy. That's the end of my career. 47 days, 48 days left. But suddenly a meeting popped up on my calendar. And I looked at it, and it was an hour away from that moment when I received it. And it was from that person. And what's worse, it was a one-on-one. Now, this is a person that literally I went to the hospital over. I was in a meeting with this person, like I said, some time back, so upset by the interaction with this person. I thought I was having a heart attack, and I interrupted. There was just a few people in that conference. I interrupted, and I told them, "I'm sorry, I have to go." And I left the meeting and I went straight to the emergency room and got checked out. And I wasn't having a heart attack. I was having a panic attack, which can have similar symptoms. And I'm not blaming that person in particular. I would blame rather my inability to handle my interactions with this person as the cause. And that was the actual event. That was the trigger event that caused me to say, okay, that's it. I'm not dying over my job. And I talked it over with my wife. We went over the numbers, and I picked the date, which is December 12th, 2024 is my last day of work. That was about a year and a half ago that I made that decision. And then I went promptly to work and I announced it to everybody. I said basically in a year and a half I'm leaving. I said that out loud to everybody so that it would be in my mind. And that's when I began the countdown. Bam, 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 right? Because I was counting it down. So anyway, this person that I had thought I had moved past, because since I was in a situation now, especially being so close to the end, that they weren't giving me new projects, I didn't have to deal with management. Crap. Well, okay, this person is in management. I didn't have to deal with management that much anymore. But then suddenly this meeting appeared on my calendar. It was an hour away. This was yesterday. And I panicked. Oh, it's that person. They want to meet with me one-on-one. Now, I'm not afraid of what they're going to say. I'm not afraid they're going to fire me or anything like that. I'm at the end, right? What's the worst thing that happened? But what I was panicked about was the interaction. I don't know how to interact with this person in such a way that doesn't cause extreme anxiety and stress for me. So I put down the thing and I went out, and I live here in the desert. There's a course that I can follow through the desert, and I went out for a lap around the desert, and I thought about it, and I prepared my mind, in accordance with my good life principles and objectives, to recognize what is within and what is not within my control. Her behavior, her way of communicating, her expectations are not within my control. What is within my control is how I can respond and react to that. What is within my control is the fact that remembering the limits of what can be done at this point. I mean, they can practically give me anything they want to do, and 48 days, right? Okay, well, yeah, I'll get it done in 48 days as best I can. After that, it's your problem. Sorry to say it so bluntly. I came back, continued with my work, and the meeting time came, and it went as smoothly as you could hope. I was friendly. I think the word is convivial, maybe the word. I was smiling, engaging, had the camera on. just one-on-one with this person, and there was no issue. Now, I know that it wasn't me alone that had overcome that, but rather the circumstance of my situation of being so close to retirement, right? So I just don't give a damn anymore, right? So yeah, do your worst, right? So it wasn't so much an achievement of my personal achievement, but an achievement of circumstance. But sure did feel good, and it sure did contribute to this current feeling that I have now of liberation. Now I know that when I'm gone, and I'm past these kind of challenges, that's going to be a challenge in its own right, because then my mind won't be challenged to improve and get better and stay sharp. So that's that. So that was yesterday. That was a big challenge for yesterday. Took the dogs to Julian afterwards. We had a nice walk through the town. It was a little too hot for the dogs, so we didn't stay too long. It was a warm day. And came back. Slept well. And now it's a Saturday. I'll do my chores. I'll go to town, do my shopping, come back, enjoy nice long walks in the desert with the boys, and then I'll take them to Julian this evening, and we'll call it a day. Other than that, that's about it. I think I've covered everything. There's a lot to talk about in this one, in one particular thing. Big change. Again, I'm not complimenting myself on improving. I'm just reciting a circumstance of gratitude for my current situation, which is making me rather immune to the stresses of the past stresses of my job that I never seem to never have seemed to overcome. They won in the end. It basically drove me away. All right, and I'm grateful for that. I wish you all the best. Oh, am I ready to die? Or in the creed, 8 objectives. Let's do the 8 objectives real quick. To be always ready to die. To make good and effective use of time. To develop and maintain good and sound life principles. To cultivate good emotional reactions. To perform good actions. To recognize true limits and true opportunity. To do just one thing at a time and do that thing slowly and deliberately and carefully. And to maintain my balance. And for the 35 principles, have a look at the book. It's either available down there or on my website or wherever. I wish you all the best. Be safe, but not too safe. Take care.